for his statement. And I now give the floor to the distinguished delegate of Ukraine.
I thank you, Madam Chair. Ukraine aligns itself with a statement made by the delegation of the European Union, and I would like to make brief comments in my national capacity. Ukraine has taken the key international commitments on gender equality, including Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination against Women and its optional protocol, Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, and adopted national legislative and policy framework on gender equality, including the state program on ensuring equal rights and opportunities for women and men. Despite the ongoing challenges Ukraine is facing, my country is fully committed to the implementation of Sustainable Development Goals, which were adopted by the UN General Assembly. We keep on working to fulfill our commitments under the SDGs at the national level, in particular, overcoming gender equality in all spheres of society, elimination of all forms of discrimination against women and men, gender mainstreaming in state and public administration. Ukraine has a powerful legislative framework in the field of equal rights and opportunities for women and men. Provisions of the fundamental international instruments and mechanisms in the sphere of gender equality are incorporated in the national legislation, aiming at the development of the institutional mechanisms on gender equality, gender-oriented system of education, science, statistics, civil society activities, and state human resources policy. Madam Chair, last year, the President of Ukraine approved the National Human Rights Strategy of Ukraine, 3 points of which directly relate to gender equality: ensuring equal rights for women and men, combating gender-based violence, human trafficking and slavery, combating domestic violence. On February 21, 2016, the government of Ukraine launched its first National Action Plan for the period 2020. This plan was created to establish a framework, strategies, and actions for coordinated implementation of the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325, Women, Peace and Security. It aims at contributing towards the elimination of cultural barriers that hinder the full participation of women in all aspects related to negotiations and resolution of conflicts, peace and security at the national level. Women generally enjoy the same legal status and rights as the men in Ukraine, but Ukraine is currently experiencing ongoing external aggression that creates a situation of physical insecurity for the population with particular gender impacts, including for women. The National Action Plan has both internal and external elements. We acknowledge the importance of economic empowerment of women, gender-responsive budgeting, increasing investment in gender equality, reaching parity for women at levels of decision-making, eliminating discriminatory legislation, and addressing social norms that perpetuate discrimination and violence against women. Madam Chair, due to the Russian occupation of Crimea and continuing aggression in the Donbass, there are roughly 1.8 million of internally displaced persons in Ukraine, the vast majority of whom are women. The government of Ukraine is undertaking a number of targeted steps in order to address the challenges that ongoing foreign aggression places on women in Ukraine. Full use of knowledge, skills, and experience of Ukrainian women is vital to reaching a solution to the current crisis in and around my country. Since the very first days of aggression, significant voluntary movement has mobilized to support Ukraine's military, and women are at the forefront. They are active on the front lines, providing medical and logistical support. A good example is female first deputy chairperson of the parliament, Ms. Irina Gerashchenko, who was appointed as a special envoy of the President of Ukraine on the peaceful settlement on the conflict in Donetsk and Lugansk regions. Moreover, she, together with her colleagues, created the Inter-Party Caucus, Equal Opportunities, focusing on 2 key points: upholding gender equality, including in terms of active involvement of women in political life, as well as the developing joint legislative initiatives to defend this topic. Madam Chair, we would like to reiterate our commitment to ensuring that the global obligations on women, peace and security agenda are integrated into our domestic policies and laws in order to contribute that empowerment of women, elevate the importance of women's participation and leadership in all aspects of peace and security, as well as post-conflict recovery and reconstruction. I thank you.
Agradezco la intervención.